elevator doors were seconds away from closing when Vian lunged forward, shoving her hand between them. The step opened with a ding. She stepped in, breathed still a little uneven from the sprint across the table. Lobby, her ID card swinging from her neck, hair slightly wind-blown. She adjusted her blazer, and he was already there. John Jungkook, CEO of John Corporation, her boss, and unfortunately her ongoing crush of 1 year and 17 days. He didn't even glance at her properly, just a brief lift of his eyes from his phone before we returned to whatever unreadable report he's looking at. Jungkook, you are late. His voice was crisp, no emotion, no affection, just a cold, clean fact. Van blinked and offered a tight smile. Van, good morning to you too. She cleared her throat, tapping the elevator panel unnecessary to ease the awkwardness. When traffic was insane, the train stopped mid-track, and my coffee machine decided to play that this morning. Jungkook, poor planning, be early next time. She gave him sarcastic side glance. When wow, your empathy is showing. Still nothing. He didn't even look at her. Jungkook, I don't need employees who treat me like a suggestion. Wine, and I don't need caffeine withdrawal before 9 a.m. But here we are. He turned his head slightly, finally meeting her eyes sharp, unreadable. She showed her heart, but didn't drop her edge. Wine, don't worry, I'll sit through every meeting today like a statue, mute and motionless. Jungkook, that will be a first. Ouch, that one actually stung. She blinked and looked away, lip pressing into a line. The elevator kept rising. Wine, I know I talk a lot, but you could at least fake some amusement. He didn't answer, not even a flicker of amusement crossed his face. Wang gave him a dramatic sign and leaned against the elevator wall, crossing her arm. Wang, you are impossible. If anyone even tells you that you are charming, check if they are being sarcastic. Jungkook, if you're done talking, you might want to check your appearance. Your hair is a mess. She turned to look at her reflection in the metal wall. A few strands were sticking out and her lipstick had faded a little. Damn it. Wang, remind me never to run again, not worth the trauma. The elevator finally dinged. She stepped out first, but turned over her shoulder before disappearing down the hallway. Van, I'll be in the conference room at the 10th sharp, boss. Don't miss me too much. He didn't respond. By the way, his eyes lingered on the back. Maybe, just maybe, he wasn't just unaffectionate as he's pretending to be. Van sat at her desk, spinning a pen between her fingers, pretending to be focused while her mind wandered everywhere but the spreadsheet on the screen. The awkward elevator ride with Jungkook earlier still replayed in her head, his sharp tone, his cold stares, and the way he didn't even flinch at a word-class sarcasm. As always, she sighed. Wine. She jumped slightly and turned. It was Mia, the HR, peeking her head out from across the cubicle wall. Mia, boss want to see you now. Wine, boss, as in John Jungkook boss, Mia, unless you have another one. Vaya stood, her heart lurching. Her brain immediately scrambled. Did I mess up the client file? Did he get tired of my Monday jokes? Oh god, is it how I get fat? Elevator ride followed by Ajax Scott to Dome. She straightened her blazer and forced a small smile inside Jungkook's office. The air was colder, or maybe it just felt the way because of him. He didn't ask her to sit. He stood by the window, arm crossed. Jungkook, you have been here a year now. Why, yes. Was this how terminatory start he? Finally turned around. Jungkook, you're being promoted. Why, wait, what? Jungkook, personal secretary. Effective immediately. Why, me? He gave her a flat look. Jungkook, no, the ghost behind you. Why, I got promoted? She literally clapped, then caught herself, then clapped again. Why, sorry, that was uncool, but oh my god, thank you. Wait, why me? Jungkook, you're efficient, detail-oriented, and your schedule is flexible. Wine, you forgot charming, hilarious, and stylish. Jungkook, none of these are qualified. Wine, but they help a little, no? He ignored that. Jungkook, there's one more thing. Jungkook, you'll need to relocate. I work odd hours. I want my secretary available at a time. Her brain short-circuiting. Wine, like, available here? Jungkook, at my residence. Wine, you want me to move into your house? Jungkook, yes. As if that was the most normal sentence in the world. Wine, do I get my own room or is this some CEO initiation ritual? He shot her a clear. Jungkook, you will get your own guest wing, not room, wing. Wine, that sounds unnecessary rich. I love it. He turned back to his desk, already done with the conversation. Jungkook, back by Friday. Wine stared at him for a few seconds longer, then slowly walked out, half stunned, half giddy. The door closed behind her, and she broke into the biggest man in her life. Van dragged a suitcase behind her, eyes widened as she stepped into the John residence, one more accurately John mansion. Marble floor to ceiling window art that probably cost more than her annual salary. She turned to the butler, who led her inside. Butler, the guest wing is on the second floor. The staff will bring your luggage. Mr. John should be in his room if you need him. Vine, right, got it, thanks. Afraid. He didn't laugh. Vine smiled awkwardly and walked toward the stair. The hallway stretched forward and every door looked the same. Vine to herself. Guest wing. Okay, maybe I'll just ask. No, let's guess like a fool. She picked the large double door at the end of the hallway, took a deep breath in the handle, and walked right in. Vine, he just wanted to say thanks again for. Oh my god. She froze. Jungkook, very much shirtless, turned around from the mirror. Towel stung on his lower hip. Hair still damp from his shower. His abs looked like their own lightning team. His eyes widened for a split second and narrowed. Jungkook, do you not know how to knock? Vine, pecking. I thought this was my room. Sure, I'm sorry. I know I mean bye. She slammed the door shut, nearly tripped over her own feet. She bolted back down the hallway, face flaming red behind the door. Jungkook stared a second. The morning sun filtered through the tall windows of Vine's new room. She blinked awake momentarily, confused. This was not the apartment that hid her. She had grown into a pillow. Vine, muffled, new day, new job, no ice contract with my boss, noted. By the time she made it downstairs, the house was already buzzed with soft movement, cleaning staff. Kitchen crew and classical music playing friendly in the background, and there he was, already seated at a long dining table, flipping through his phone with one hand, sipping black coffee with another. Vine's staff faltered for a second. He didn't even glance up. Vine, good morning, Mr. John. He didn't reply first, then after a long sip, Jungkook, morning. She sat down, 2 chairs away, ignoring how stiff her spine felt. A maid quietly placed scrambled egg and toast in front of her. Jungkook's plate had already been cleared. The silence was unbearable. Vine softly. About yesterday, Jungkook, without looking up. Don't talk about it. Vine nodding. Right, cool, it never happened. You were fully dressed. I was fully sane. She heard him exhale sharply through his nose, a tiny shift in expression, like he was holding back a smile, but it dissipated just fast. Jungkook, you are officially tasked as my secretary. Update the Paris presentation tagged by noon. You will be joining in the conference call. Vine, got it. Vine PV, God, why did it even look like a whole romantic novel and acted like a security system? After a few minutes of silence, he stood up, picking up his suit jacket from the back of a chair, and gave her a glimpse glance. Jungkook, we are leaving at 9 a.m. sharp. He walked off. Vine just stared at his retreating figure and mute. Vine, cool, no pressure, just living with the half-naked Ice King, who happened to be my boss, totally normal. As the days passed, things between you and him were going well, but one day in office, Vine was swamped with tasks, email, printout, coffee order, and last-minute meeting schedule. In a rush, she mistakenly attached a wrong file, Jungkook confidential internal audit, to an email meant to be marketing team, and had reply all, even from the intern to board members. Even the royal company liaison, whose CCD got access to numbers that were never meant to leave Jungkook's private folder. An hour later, Vian stood in Jungkook's office, hand clasped nervously. Jungkook, reading his screen. Internal profit margin. Question 3 notes. Too much waste on influencer deal. Cut at next round. He slowly looked up at her. Jungkook, quietly but steadily. Do you have any idea what you just did? Well, I thought it was an absurd promo file. They were named almost the same. Jungkook, you didn't tack? When I was rushing to meet the deadline, Jungkook sharp, stop giving me excuse. She flinched. He stood up, slamming the lid of his laptop shut. Jungkook, you leaked the confidential data that could be used against us in negotiation or to leak the press. I trusted you with the inbox. Van softly, I'm sorry, I'll fix it. Jungkook, you can't fix it. The damage is done. He walked past her without another word. She stood there, frozen, no defense, no smile, just a painful lump in her throat. For the first time, she realized it wasn't just a mistake. It was a creak in the fragile trust Jungkook had started to place in her. Later, the problem was sought out as the standard information in junk file. Since the day you joined the contract, Jungkook hadn't spoken to you unless it's absolutely necessary. No eye contact, no usual word, just silence and distance. You stood by his office door. Why answer the report should I? Jungkook, without looking, leave it. You paused, hoping for more. Both are listening. That evening, he walked past by your desk without a glance. Why, softly, I'll get ready for the meeting. Jungkook cold just then turns pink unless needed. You nodded, swallowing the lump in his throat. He used to scold you, now he didn't even look at you, and somehow that was worse. It had been days since Jungkook said more than 5 words to you. Tonight, he was upstairs working late. You stood in the kitchen, biting your lips, trying to do something smart, something thoughtful. You wanted to cook, maybe. It wouldn't fix anything, but at least it will show you are trying. You tiptoed, stretching. You reached the car on the shelf, the one bullet behind the container, above from your reach. Why, just a little more. Your finger brushed the edge of it, and then everything tilted. The jar began to tumble forward. You let out a stingy yell, but before anything could fall, a strong arm wrapped around your waist and yanked you back against the firm chest. Glass scattered harmlessly into the free hand. Jungkook, are you trying to kill yourself with the floor jar now? You froze. His grip stayed firm for a second too long, warm, protective, familiar. You could feel his breath near your ear. Wine, I just wanted to make something for you. He let go of you. Jungkook, you don't have to do that. Wine, I wanted to. He looked at you for a second, then turned away. Without facing you, he says, Jungkook, next time, ask. You don't need to do anything, everything alone. Then he walked back to stairs. His tone was still cold.